the last time you laughed so hard that you couldn't breathe? Where you had tears of joy and laughter streaming down your face? When did you last lose yourself so completely in something that time just seemed to disappear because you were enjoying yourself so much? You were so in that present moment. When did you last look at this beautiful world with genuine wonder? When was the last time that you looked at a sunset with awe and wonder and appreciated the beauty of it? You are not here to spend your whole life trapped in your head, constantly replaying the past, worrying about the future, being filled with anxiety. You are here to experience life, to truly experience this beautiful world. You're here to feel, to play, to create, to laugh, to love, to be fully, wildly, unapologetically. When was the last time you laughed so hard that you couldn't breathe? Where you had tears of joy and laughter streaming down your face? When did you last lose yourself so completely in something that time just seemed to disappear because you were enjoying yourself so much? You were so in that present moment. When did you last look at this beautiful world with genuine wonder? When was the last time that you looked at a sunset with awe and wonder and appreciated the beauty of it? Somewhere between childhood and becoming an adult, we lost our ability to be fully present. We lost our capacity for spontaneous joy and childlike wonder. We traded wonder for worry. We traded play for productivity. We traded being able to be fully present for always worrying about the future. So now we're in our 20s or our 30s, our 40s or our 50s, and we can't remember the last time that we felt truly, wildly, and completely alive. Today I'm going to be talking about why returning to childlike wonder is not just about having fun, but actually rewires your brain, heals your nervous system, and reconnects you with your most authentic self. When we were children, we were so completely absorbed in our playing, whether that was chasing bubbles, or playing with Barbies or dolls, or building with Legos or blocks. We didn't worry about the future. We didn't worry about the past. We didn't worry about how we looked or if we were doing it correctly. We were just happily in the present moment. As children, we were in the flow state, which is that state of complete immersion in the present moment where time and everything around you seems to disappear, where you feel fully alive and completely engaged. And so children access this state effortlessly and easily multiple times throughout the day. Children also express their emotions freely. They don't worry about how their big emotions are going to affect somebody. And so they allow their emotions to move through them, and then they let them go. They don't suppress their emotions or create stories in their heads about their emotions and what they might mean. Children are also so curious. If you've ever been around them, you know that they ask why 100 times a day. They want to know everything about the world around them. They want to explore everything because the world is so fascinating to them. They see the magic in the ordinary. They know how to play. They use their imagination and make up stories. They play pretend and make believe, and they dream big because for them, anything and everything is possible. As we grew into adults, we lost this childlike wonder and play. We forgot that we needed to feel our emotions. We stopped playing make-believe and dreaming big. Maybe when you were a child, you were told to grow up or stop being silly when you wanted to play. And so you learned that play is childish and that you needed to be serious. Maybe your parents were annoyed by your curiosity. I know mine were. I was, and I still am, extremely curious. I'm told all the time that I ask too many questions from my children, from people that I'm talking to, and that's okay. I just want to know about the world around me. I'm naturally very curious. But when we were taught as a child that our curiosity was annoying, then we stopped asking questions. I didn't get the memo. We stay quiet and we just take everything for granted without asking, like, well, wait, how does this work? What makes this be like this? I've started doing this and the world has opened up a lot more for me. It has become so much more fascinating and I'm just in awe of even the mundane little things. Maybe the creative things that you did as a child were compared to others. And so you learned that you are just not creative. And so now you have trouble being creative. You cannot access those creative parts of yourself. Your parents and your caregivers were just passing down beliefs that were passed down to them. They lost their own childlike joy and wonder and curiosity. And so they didn't know how to help you nurture yours. As you grow, your brain starts forming what are called inhibitory pathways. And inhibitory pathways are neural circuits in your brain that are designed to reduce or suppress activity. They are the body's brakes And the way to calm down, excitement. And the purpose for them is to help prevent overstimulation in your nervous system. And so instead of feeling and expressing your emotions, you built neural circuits that said, don't cry, push it down, be strong. We don't want to get too excited here. Instead of playing and exploring as you grew older, you built neural circuits that told you to be productive, be serious, don't waste time. Instead of being curious and asking questions, you built circuits that say, don't look stupid, pretend you know, and don't ask any questions. And so, like I said, you stay quiet. Over time, these inhibitory pathways become automatic and it becomes your default mode. And what happens is you shift from experiential mode into narrative mode. Narrative mode is when you're constantly worrying. You're always worrying about your life rather than actually living it. You're always analyzing, planning, worrying, or reminiscing about your past. You're in the past or you're in the future, and you're never in the present moment when you are in narrative mode. Experiential mode is when you're fully engaged and fully present with what is happening right here, right now, in this present moment. You're sensing and you're feeling and you're experiencing the world around you. You feel fully alive. Children live in experiential mode. Our brains cannot tell the difference between imagined reality and actual reality. And so when we are replaying the past or worrying about the future, our brains and our nervous system think that what we are imagining and thinking about is actually happening. If you start thinking about something embarrassing that happened 5 years ago, because who hasn't done that, right? Your brain randomly will be like, remember that one time you did that one thing and everyone laughed at you and now you're laying awake at 2 a.m. thinking about it? Well, your brain and your nervous system start experiencing that same embarrassment that you felt 5 years ago as if you're experiencing it right now in bed at 2 a.m. If you're imagining a worst case scenario about some event for tomorrow, your brain thinks that that worst case scenario is actually happening right now. And so you will feel a lot of anxiety, even though it has not happened. So what's gonna happen is your amygdala is gonna activate. Your prefrontal cortex is gonna go offline. Your cortisol spikes and your body goes into fight, flight, or freeze mode. And when your prefrontal cortex is offline, you lose access to all of your executive functions. And so now you can't plan, you can't problem solve, you can't make decisions, you can't access your creativity. The present moment is the only moment in time that actually exists. And it is the only place where you have all of your power. Because if you're living in the past or the future, thinking about the worst case scenarios or about the pain that you experienced, you are experiencing that pain and that future pain right now in your body and in your nervous system. Your brain, your prefrontal cortex goes offline. You only have all of your power when your prefrontal cortex is online, when your nervous system is regulated. Only then can you be the creator of your life. When we lose our childlike joy and wonder and our ability to be in the present moment, we are not only missing out on all of that joy and all of that play that we could be having, all of that fun, but we're keeping ourselves stuck in a chronic state of nervous system dysregulation. When we are able to engage in spontaneous, creative, purposeless joy and fun, we shift out of the default mode network and activate the task positive network in our brains. When this is active, this is what allows us to be in the present moment instead of ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. So what this means is that when you are engaged in play and having fun, your brain literally cannot ruminate about the past or worry about the future. They can't both be online at the same time. Also, during play, your brain is going to release dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And when these chemicals are active, our bodies feel safe and relaxed, and we are able to rewire our brains. We're able to form new pathways and learn and integrate and embody everything that we are learning, and we're able to heal. When we are playing, we shift out of that fight, flight, or freeze mode, and we move into a parasympathetic nervous system state. And when you are in this state, you will feel safe and connected, and you will have access to your creativity and learning. And this is all because your prefrontal cortex is engaged. And this is why people have creative insights when they're playing and having fun. They will have something just drop in, something they've been wondering or thinking about for 2 weeks, trying to come up with a solution. And during a moment of where they're playing or having fun, the answer will just drop in. Play is necessary for our healing and for our nervous systems to be regulated. Play actually helps you to have greater resilience, better relationships. You will be able to learn a lot better. You will have better physical health and overall a greater life satisfaction when you take time to play and have fun. I love having fun. So if this is true, if being in the present moment is where all of our power lives, if play is this powerful, then why is it so hard to actually do it? Why is it so hard for us to stay in the present moment? It's so hard because usually the present moment holds all of the uncomfortable sensations, the emotions, or the things that we have been running from. We avoid being fully here and now in our body because we don't want to feel what we are feeling, that tightness in your chest, that knot of fear in your stomach, that sadness that constricts your throat, threatening to overwhelm you. So we stay in our head and do anything that we can to numb or distract ourselves from dropping into our body and feeling all of our feelings. But it's too scary to feel our feelings, so we stay stuck in our head. And when we stay stuck in our head, that is where we're doing all of the ruminating and the worrying, the analyzing, all of that. And so the more that we avoid the present moment, the more suffering we are actually creating for ourselves. Avoidance doesn't make the uncomfortable emotions go away. It keeps them frozen and stuck in your body. You will have to deal with them someday. The body keeps the score. There's that book. They will come out as disease, uncontrollable rage, sicknesses. Studies are now showing that a lot of illnesses and diseases are actually tied to our emotions. And when we heal the emotions, the diseases and the illnesses actually heal themselves. So the emotions that you felt as a child that caused you to shut down, the sadness you weren't allowed to feel, or the anger that you didn't feel safe enough to express, the fear that you had to hide, are all still inside of your body. They're waiting to be fully felt and released. But until they do, they stay in your body, and every time something happens in the external that reminds you of an old wound, these emotions get triggered. So maybe now you're 35 years old and you still can't cry because you feel weak. Maybe you still get irrationally angry when someone tells you what to do because that little kid inside of you was never allowed to say no and is still fighting for control. Maybe you shut down when things get hard because that's what you learned to do at 8 years old when your parents got divorced and no one took the time to sit down and explain it to you. And so you didn't have anyone to help you handle or process all of these big feelings and emotions you were feeling as your world came crashing down around you. Trauma is not just about what happened to you. Trauma is also about what got stuck inside of you, inside of your little body, because you couldn't fully process it and release it at the time. And so now as an adult, it's still living in your body. It's what causes you to overreact and to be anxious and depressed and sad and sick. The way to release this trauma, the way to process and handle our emotions is not in thinking about it more. It's not in analyzing it or creating stories about it. It's being able to return to your body in this present moment and letting yourself feel all of those emotions. Like I said at the beginning of this video, children naturally feel and express their emotions, but they learn throughout their childhood not to. And so they stop doing this. And that's what we did. We stopped feeling and expressing our emotions as we grew into a teenager and then as an adult now. And so now as an adult, we tense, we hold our breath, we push the feeling down, or we numb or distract ourselves, or we use substances or different addictions. And so all of our emotions just keep getting stuck in our body. We can't heal what we don't allow ourselves to feel. There's the saying in the self-help world, you have to feel it to heal it. I know that it feels safer to stay in your head. You feel like you have control when you're thinking and worrying about the future. I know it's easier to keep busy and distract yourself so you don't have to feel. I know that the emotions can be so painful and it feels so overwhelming and you feel like you're going to feel that way forever and you don't know how to get out of it. You feel so stuck and you feel despair and hopelessness. I know how painful all of these emotions are, but these emotions aren't going anywhere. They're getting louder, showing up now as anxiety, depression, insomnia, nausea. When you can be fully present with yourself, with all of your feelings, all of your emotions, all of your sensations and experiences exactly as they are in the present moment, without judgment or resistance, that is when healing can happen. Healing is about building the capacity to be present with whatever is exactly as it is. And play is one of the best ways to be able to be completely present with what is. Children don't have stories or thoughts about things. They experience reality directly as it is. They simply see a flower. They don't assign a meaning or a story to the flower. As adults, we rarely experience anything directly. We experience our thoughts about things, our interpretations, our stories, and our meanings. I talk more about this in my video titled How to Escape the Prison of Your Mind and Take Back Your Power, and I talk all about the power that we have of our perception. So if you missed that, make sure to check that one out. So now as an adult, a flower is not just a flower. A flower is the flower that our first boyfriend got us. A sunset is not just a sunset. It's the perfect opportunity to take a photo to post on Instagram. We have lost the ability to directly experience reality as it is, without the stories in our heads about it. Returning to childlike wonder is about returning to direct experience, to be able to see what is here and now without creating a story about it, without assigning a meaning to it, without analyzing it and worrying about it. So how can we actually return to childlike wonder and presence? So now we're going to talk about that. The first thing that you can do and this might feel silly at first, is to schedule play. Put it in your calendar, mark it down as if it's just like any other important appointment, because it is just as important, if not more important. Some ideas of play are to dance freely to music that you love, color, paint, draw, build with Legos. I love building Lego sets. It's so fun. You could fly a kite, blow bubbles. Just do something for the joy of doing it without having any specific outcome attached to it. Second thing we can do is practice sensory exploration. Really taste your coffee in the morning. Feel the water on your skin when you take a shower. Feel the sun on your face. Really hear and pay attention to the birds singing. Run your fingers on your arm and really feel the sensation. Look at the flower like you've never seen a flower before. I practice this all of the time. I do this specifically with my cats. If we didn't know what a cat was, imagine how enamored and curious we would be about this small, fluffy little thing with big eyes that makes this noise. We would be filled with awe and wonder at what this creature is. But now we see just cat. I watched the show Silo, and the people in the silo have not seen mountains or trees. They have forbidden books that have pictures of these in the books. And I'm like, I can't even imagine not being able to see this beauty around us. They don't know what a Pez dispenser is or a rubber duck is. They are in awe of an Etch-a-Sketch. All of these things we take for granted, but for them, they were prized and even forbidden possessions. The third thing you can do is to start asking why. Begin to get curious and ask questions about things. Things that we take for granted but never truly stop to think about. Like I said, I've been doing this and I realized that there's a whole lot about the world that I don't know. Things that I just accepted as facts and never actually stopped to think about. Like, how does this work? Like, this is really fascinating. The fourth thing that we can do is to let our emotions move freely through our body. If you're sad, let yourself cry. Scream in the car or into a pillow or punch the pillow. If you're happy, let yourself jump up and down and feel that joy and excitement. Let the emotions move through you without a judgment about them or creating a story in your head about them. The fifth thing that you can do is to practice being fully present. Set a timer for 60 seconds and notice everything that you can in that 60 seconds. What do you see, hear, feel, smell? Because doing so will get you fully engaged in the present moment. The last thing that you can do is to do something that is creative. Before you scroll on your phone or spend hours Netflixing and chilling, spend 5 minutes drawing or writing. Whatever creative looks like for you. And it's not going to be very good at first, and that's normal, and that's okay. The more that you exercise and use your creative muscle, the more creative and the better it gets. And I talk all about this in my video on how the magic is already inside of you. So if you missed that, you can watch that one. The magic that you're looking for is not out there. It's not in the next achievement or the next relationship. It's right here, right now, in this present moment. It's in the way that the sunlight dances across your wall. It's in the sound of the birds singing outside your window. It's in your laughter as you laugh at something silly. It's in the freedom to do something for no reason other than it feels good to do it, and you're having fun and enjoying yourself. Small thing here, let's make sure it's a healthy thing that we're doing. A lot of times we can have behaviors that provide immediate gratification, but in the long term, it's not so good for us. So try to find something that is healthy. You are not here to spend your whole life trapped in your head, constantly replaying the past, worrying about the future, being filled with anxiety. You're disconnected from your body in the present moment, and that is just not the best way to live. You're missing out on so much joy and happiness and peace when you are not living in the present moment. You are here to experience life, to truly experience this beautiful world. You're here to feel, to play, to create, to laugh, to love. So your challenge for this week is to give yourself permission to be like a child. Notice how good it feels to drop out of your head and into your body. Notice how good it feels to play and be connected to yourself and your emotions. Notice how good it feels to be in the present moment where all of your power lives. When you're in the present moment again, you can't worry about the future and you can't reminisce about the past. When we're reminiscing about the past, we're being filled with guilt and shame about mistakes or things we could have done differently. And when we're worrying about the future, we're imagining all of these worst case scenarios that are probably not even going to happen. And so we're causing ourselves a lot more suffering. Thank you so much for being here today, watching this video or listening in. Thank you for witnessing my creative project. These are my creative projects that I use instead of sitting at home watching TV. Since I started making these videos, I'm like, what did I used to do with all of my free time? Because these videos and all of the content I create, it takes up a lot, like almost all of my free time. And I'm like, what did I used to do? I can't imagine going back to just watching TV all day because it feels so good to be creating and learning and having fun on this journey. So anyways, thank you for being here, witnessing my creative journey unfold. Make sure to like, subscribe, or follow if you haven't already, so that way you don't miss out on any future episodes, and make sure to have notifications turned on if you do not. Next week, I'm going to be talking about divine timing and how everything is unfolding perfectly, exactly as it is, even when we can't see it. And I'm going to be talking about the neuroscience behind flow and surrender. It's going to be a good one, and you don't want to miss that. And I also want to mention that I have a free mindset shift guide that you can find in the show notes. And I also just recently created an 80+ page guidebook that will guide you through the steps from being a victim to being a creator. And it basically goes over all of the videos and everything, but it breaks it down in a way that is visual. You can see it, it's tangible. And I will guide you through the neuroscience of how to step into being a creator of your life instead of being a victim. And it includes journaling prompts and everything like that. And so you can find that in the show notes as well, along with the playlist for all of my past episodes. Again, thank you for being here today. I'm sending you so much love this week. Bye for now.